Stitch number 16 is a gathering stitch. Now this is kind of unique where you do need a cord that you're going to double up. The way this stitch is pictured is you're noticing that it has a stitching to each side here. Go ahead and lay this down. You're going to kind of keep this close to each other here. I got the wiggly thread today. All right, lower the presser foot down. I'm going to take just a stitch or two to kind of get started. I want to separate it a little bit here. So as it stitches, it's going to go over one stitch or one thread, and then it's going to bounce over and catch the other thread. So I'm kind of holding it just a little bit kind of down through the center of the foot. And as it stitches, we're kind of creating two channels that we'll be able to pull on. And this is great for like thicker fabrics. Now, of course, Bernina makes a ruffler that is to die for. Once you've used it once, it doesn't matter that how much it costs because it works. But this is a great alternative if you don't have the ruffler. Okay, that should give us enough to see what it's going to do. Take a look at the way the stitch forms. So it's kind of a neat little, be very useful in the decorative world, but it's catching a little bit on this side and a little bit on this side. So when we pull at the end here, we're going to pull on both the threads. So it makes it a very strong pull, so you can gather up to quite a small ratio or large ratio, depending on what you're doing. But if you have like home deck fabric, this is really going to help pull it together. Then you can go ahead and stitch it in place. And that loop that we had at the beginning, that's what holds it from slipping out when you're pulling against the fabric. Work it through there. That's how you gather it up.